Good morning, all of you. Dear student, previously we have seen here the work done in isothermal process, and that was equal to the heat supplied to the system. So today we are interested to find the heat content, heat supplied to the system in isobaric process. So there may be one question or the numerical problems based on the topic isobaric process, and the question may be asked like this: find the heat supply in isobaric process, that is expansion of gas at constant pressure. So now basically here, when the system is considered, suppose this is the system containing the ideal gas, ideal gas, ideal gas, ideal gas in it, and here the pressure given to the system, that is P, and this is constant pressure, constant. Means suppose here the pressure applied on the system is of 10 Pascal or the atmospheric pressure. The example of the isobaric process is the boiling of water at the atmospheric pressure. When the water is taken in the container, and that is we are going to boil, and this system is in the normal atmospheric pressure. So this is the example of that isobaric process, and here the system is going to expand, means at the constant pressure. And suppose here Vi is the initial volume of the system, Vi initial volume, and its temperature is initially, suppose Ti is the initial temperature of the system. And suppose here the gas is going to expand, means here the piston will be pushed in the upward direction, and this is the second, that is I have shown, this is by the dotted line. Agar means this P is again constant here, means whenever the piston is pushes in the upward direction, whatever may be the pressure applied initially, it must be constant finally. Means here is the expansion of the gas, and this is the final volume, that is Vf is the final volume. So this expansion of the gas from Vi to Vf takes place while absorbing the heat energy. Means here Ti is the initial temperature of the gas, and finally when its volume is Vf, its temperature is Tf, that is the final temperature of the gas. Means here there is the expansion of the gas from its initial state to final state. Here the volume of the gas changes from the Vi to Vf. For our sake of convenience, we can consider it as the V1 initial state, V2 final states volume. Initially its temperature was Ti. Instead of considering the Ti, we can say the T1 is the initial temperature, and instead of this Tf, we consider the T2 as the final temperature. Means there is the expansion of the gas from this, means here T1 to T2, from temperature T1 to T2 or Ti to Tf, volume changes from Vi to Vf. So this is the expansion of the gas. But here we have to keep this case, that is the pressure P as a constant. Means whatever may be the value of the pressure initially exerted on the the gas, it must be constant. After the expansion of the gas, this value cannot be changed. If this happens, if this going on, that process is called as the isobaric process. This process is called as the isobaric process. Means the process in which the expansion of the gases happen at different temperatures. But here, temperature changes from initial state to final state. Volume changes from initial state to final state. But here, the pressure must be kept constant. The process which occurs at the constant pressure is called as isobaric pressure. Here, bar means pressure. Here, bar means pressure. We can in another way, we can say that if there is the expansion of the gas or the compression of the gas at the constant pressure, means here the process in which the pressure remains constant throughout, that process is called as the isobaric process. So this is the diagram for the isobaric process. So now here the graph can be plotted like this. Suppose here on the x-axis, here the volume is taken, volume, and here the pressure is taken. But here the pressure kept constant. Suppose here with the initial state A and final state is the B. So here at the point A, the volume of the gas is suppose VI, as we have seen earlier. And there is the origin of the coordinate system. So at this point A, the pressure is initially pressure is Pi, and when the expansion takes place by heating the gas by absorbing the heat energy, means if the expansion of the gas is placed from the point A to point B, this A is the initial state. A is the initial state. While B is the final state, B is the final. Means here the expansion takes from the initial state A to final state B. During this, the temperature of the gas changes from at this point temperature is Ti, means initial temperature. Here is the final volume here and Tf is the final temperature. Means at this point A, what Vi is the initial volume, Ti is the initial temperature of the gas. Here the gas is ideal gas. So here after some time its volume changes, that becomes a final volume of the gas, and Tm is the final temperature. So these are the notations. A is the initial state of the gas, B is the final state of the gas. While the gas is expanded from A to B, means from initial state to final state, at the point A its initial temperature was Pi, while volume was Vi. After the expansion at the point B, its temperature, final temperature is T and the final volume is the P. So here, after the expansion here, the Pi must be equal to the PF. That is equal to the suppose P. Means pressure at the point A and pressure at the point B. This parallel line to the x-axis denotes here the no change in the pressure. So here pressure at the point A, pressure at the point B, and every point along the AB pressure must be constant. That is initial value Pi and final value Pm is equal to P. It means that pressure remains constant. So this graph or this curve is called as the isobar. This is called as the isobar. This is called as the isobar. This is the isobar. So now in order to define here, in order to find the formula for the work, means here the gas is expanded from its initial state to final state, there must be the work done. by the gas. So for this process, the work done is given by the. Therefore, the work done in the isobaric process is given by. Therefore, work done is given by. Work done is given by. So here the work done dW is equal to P into dV. Here P is the pressure, dV is the change in the volume. So we have to write here P is the constant, pressure is kept constant. Therefore here dV, volume changes from its final value minus initial value VI. Again here we have, but PV is equal to nRT. This is the Boyle's law for the ideal gas equation. Therefore, putting the value PV is equal to nRT here, we want to change here what value? Again, dW is equal to nR, that is delta T, or the delta T is equal to delta T. So nR, N is the number of the moles of the gas, R is the universal gas constant. Therefore, nR delta T is final temperature minus initial temperature Ti. So this is your equation number 1. dW is equal to nRTF minus Ti. This gives the value of dt. Means this is the work done in isobaric process. But here again, the temperature changes from Ti to Tf or T1 to T2. Volume is also changes from initial volume to final volume. There must be the change in the internal energy of the gas or the system. So here, change in the internal energy is given by, we have here the internal energy. The change in internal energy is given by what is, that is delta U is equal to what value? N into Cv dt. Here delta U is the change in the internal energy of the system. Here is the number of moles of the gas. Cv is the one, that is the specific heat of the gas and constant quantity. Cv, and dt is the change in the temperature. Therefore here that is M Cv, dt means here T final temperature minus initial temperature. So this is your equation number 2. So this is the work done nR Tf minus Ti. This gives you the work done in the isobaric process. Again, change in the temperature gives rise to the internal energy, change in the internal energy. Therefore, internal energy is given by delta U is equal to M Cv dt. Cv at the constant, specific heat at the constant volume, dt is change in the temperature. Therefore, putting the value M Cv Ef minus Ti. So here, according to our first law of thermodynamics, what is the law? That is, amount of the heat energy given to the system is utilized in the 2 ways. Number first is the to increase its internal energy and to do the work by the system or on the system. So here Q is equal to delta U plus W. So here this W is again what we have whole work, that is the W. So here W is equal to dW, that is the work. So we can write here again the dW also. So here delta U का value is M Cv Tf minus Ti plus W equal to ये ना अपन dW भी लिख सकते हैं, कोई बात नहीं है, dW भी यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं dW, कोई बात नहीं. Therefore M R Tf minus Ti. So this is the heat supplied to the system is equal to the amount of the internal energy and amount of the work done. So we can write here the dW in the form of the nR Tf minus Ti. So solving this expression, we have here in the next step, Q is equal to NCV, but here TF minus Ti is also constant. So constant can be taken, that is Ti minus Tf minus Ti in the one bracket, and remaining term, that is NCV plus NR in the another bracket. But here N can be taken again out, that is Tf minus Ti NCV plus R. But here we have the Mayer's relation. This is the well-known relations in the physics of the thermodynamics. But here R is equal to Cp minus Cv. Means here the difference between the specific heat at a constant pressure and the specific heat at a constant volume is equal to the universal gas constant. This is called the Mayer's relation. So putting this R equal to Cp minus Cv, this will become Cn, that is Q is equal to Tf minus Ti N in bracket 1 Cv plus R is equal to Cp minus Cv. So here Cv is positive and one of this Cv is the negative, so this will get constant. So here we get, that is NCP into bracket Tf minus Ti is equal to Q. So this is the final expression for the heat supplied to the system at the constant pressure. So this is the Q is equal to NCP. N is the number of moles of the gas. Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure. And Tf minus Ti is the change in the temperature. Again, this expression can be written like this: Q is equal to NCP into dt, or Q is equal to NCP into delta T. So these are the alternate statements or the heat supplied to the gas. Means here Q is equal to NCP Tf minus Ti. This gives you the amount of the heat supplied to the system in the isobaric process. Delta T gives you the change in the temperature of the gas. So whatever may be the amount of the heat supplied to the system in the isobaric process can be done in the two ways. Number first one is the to change its internal energy, and two to the work either by the system or on the system. So this is the final expression, Q is equal to NCP into delta T, gives you the amount of the heat supplied in the isobaric process. So this gives you the heat supplied to system in the isobaric process. So this is the expression for the isobaric process. Thank you so much for watching my video. Okay.